What's up, everybody? How's it going? Running behind. What's up, Planendor? How are you doing? You're up late. Well, I guess it's not late for you. You still working? What's up, Pyro? How's it going? Whoa, stuff ain't showing up. All right, what's going on here? I've been trying to be a better streamer, a good streamer. So I've been adding some stuff, changing stuff. Catching up on all the news from the weekend. Yeah, I bet you're missing a lot of it. Some crazy stuff, man. I don't know. I don't know if you mean news from the world, news from gaming, news from our communities, but it's a crazy ass time to be alive. Oh, what's up, TA? How's it going? Trying to scratch the itch of not having ashes of creation. Figure we can chat a little bit. See what's up. That copium, yeah. Ashes news, yeah, not the real news. I don't know. There's some interesting posts. I don't know how I feel about it. There's a lot of stuff about what dupes and server wipes and the tank PvP. It's sort of like it's an alpha. I wanna reply to every single one of those posts. Like it's phase one. Like, yeah, there's people that have duped. Yep, sure have. But it's phase one. I don't know. It's like, let's just avoid the real news. Yeah. It's probably decent advice right now. I would say. But I don't know. I feel like we're hitting 4 weeks in, soon to be 5, and you're starting to see that sort of make things better. PvP this, PvP, I don't know, this class, that class. And I feel like people are still kind of losing sight a little bit of where we're at. Sorry, I'm trying to fix stuff. I actually have been trying to make all this look better, work better. Oh, shit. So, anyways, what y'all want to talk about? Sadie, what's up? How's it going? Anything surprising, Planendorf? Anything you've read that you're like, oh, I didn't realize that, or oh, I didn't think that would happen? Just having a ton of fun. Glad to be a part of this game. Yeah, me too. I do have some stuff pulled up if we want to talk about it, some posts and some other stuff. What's up, Pump King Online? I always want to say Pumpkin King. I think I've said that before too. London, how's it going? Main tank doing fine. My group at 25. I was 24.33. A little behind. Yeah, you're talking about a little behind. I'm at like 19. Only reason I even got to 19 is because I got an EXP boost from Steven. I did finally get Planador. I did finally get Steven to. He didn't take me to Carfin like I wanted, but he chased me around with a scarab. So it was fun. I take it as a sign that people are already pretty invested. Yeah, glad to see things are stable enough that people are finding this kind of issue. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know. I thought he was controlling the brood mother, the spider, and learned, don't call Steven a a coward because immediately spawned that scarab right on my ass. So, um, although what came of that, other than some fun, is sort of the realization that it would appear, at least, that the monster coin system or some version of playing as monsters seems to exist, seems to be readily available, at least to one Stephen Sharif. So it's kind of nice. I feel like this text box is way too far to the right. I don't know. Join November 8 already addicted. Is it Friday yet? Yeah, join the rest of us. I think, and there's a lot that Planendorf can't obviously comment, but I do think giving us these little extended 3-day um, 3-day visits, that I wonder if we'll get to the 5-day uh 5 days a week sooner than December 20th, or maybe 4 days a week to see what it's like. So, but anyways, yeah. How is everyone feeling about the game? I talked to, gosh, there was someone, we have a creator Discord, and one of the EU servers, they were talking about how they disconnected a lot this weekend. I didn't have any of that problem. Uh, None at all, actually, with disconnecting. Some stuttering a little bit with the client, but especially as I crossed some server boundaries. But other than that, I didn't have any problems. So I don't know. Yeah, I found it ran really well as well. Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. I had some of those issues last weekend, but not this past one. So I don't know if it's difference of, I don't know, EU and A, whatever. I don't know why that would be, but yeah. So I've only got to 19. I'm slow to level at this point. I don't know that I'll even get to 25 before we reach the wipe. I hope I do, but Rocksack, I had 3 disconnects on Vira. Oh, you did? I didn't have any. Muscles, more server issues this week for you. Oh, wow. So there are some people having some server issues, like complete disconnects or something else. Well, we have, I mean, there's a bunch. I don't know what you want to talk about. I kind of got into a chat a little bit. Let me find it about the, well, we have PTR, not a lot of tanks of not a lot of interesting stuff on PTR. I'm starting to not really do PTR a whole lot. Because I don't want to burn out, basically. But there was a whole tank conversation that was interesting today. Dropped you to the character screen and then game closed. I've had that too, where it boots me to the character screen and then the game just automatically shuts down. I don't know if that's like a bug, if that's an intended thing. Following me people at Still Bloom. That could be. I mean, I did definitely notice some what appeared to be server boundaries, like some delays, some lag, but not enough to actually fall apart. Trying to dabble as many professions as you can. Yeah, Dresh, I haven't even touched on. I did some hunting, but other than that, I've not touched on anything. I did finally start playing around with Ashes Codex. Ashes Codex is a useful tool online, and they have a character builder, so I started messing around with that, which in turn made me want to start actually getting oh, are these the tanks coming out? They heard the word tank and now they're showing up in chat. What's up, Royer? Proctees, what's up? Actually, yeah, you weren't in this conversation, I don't think, Royer, because it was in Voices of Vera Discord. Let me see. Where did I go? Best tank NA here. Yep, that is true. Royer is the best tank. These stupid freaking ads, man. Muscles of the tank. Yeah, we got all the tanks. Where are you when we need you? Are you on Vira? Because on Sunday I had a hard time finding a group. I really thought about trying to wake up Royer. I really did. And I thought he'd be pissed off at me. Got to apprentice hunting, getting yes. So Planendorf, I actually got to that hunting yes, to 10 of hunting and all of a sudden uh yeah, I realized that I couldn't get the bow. So but I do think that Vira finally completed their cookhouse, I think. I'm not sure. Tanks are definitely the lowest number in Vira. Yeah. Anyways, let me real quick. So I have tried to update these PTR and patch notes things that I put together. Let me see if I can. Ooh, I don't know about this. This text, this chat doesn't look good on this, especially with the white. And I can't change this to be dark. I might have to figure out how to fix chat with this because that just looks weird. I don't know. Can't see anything. That's wild. Why am I not getting your eyes? So here's the thing with Google Docs. Actually, I'm just gonna take the chat off the screen here for a minute. With Google Docs, you cannot actually do a. There's no dark. There's no dark night mode stuff, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I think you have to do some sort of plug-in, and it may or may not work. So yeah. But I have changed this. So if you all again, here is. I'll put this link into chat if you want to bookmark it. So I have been actually trying to organize this a little bit. So you have week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Put in the aliens because Steven and aliens. But and then this will just actually, if you click it, it'll open up. It'll go to the date. So November 15th, kind of all the different stuff. So you can go to Bard. Go to each of the little different parts, Mage, nodes, all this stuff. So all your PTR stuff's right here. If you want it. So this is hopefully a little bit more organized. But today's patch notes were, where are they? I don't even remember what today is. I'm pretty sure I put them on. Yeah. This is all we had today. So not a ton. Um, dark mode belongs on everything. I agree, Kodiak. I agree 100%. Unfortunately, it is not on this. So, you can see, hopefully they fixed quite a bit of, it looks like they really were asking us to try to pin down some of the dupe stuff. That seems to have been fixed. So we'll see how that goes. This was one of the things that became more prominent today. I don't know why. Oh, have you not seen this? So we can go straight into that. That's a good conversation. I just wanted to show you all that I've updated this. So certainly keep a hold of this if you want it. Let me find, where's it at? Oh, here it is. So here was, man, I gotta fix this chat now. It doesn't want to work. I need to get a box behind it or something because it looks real weird now. Oh well. Oh well. So this was a lot of discussion today of, um, at least for me in the Voices of Era Discord, because of course Nice is a tank over there. So this was sort of a conversation this morning. Essentially, a big complaint. And Rory, I'm curious how you feel about this. That tanks. It seems that tanks are punished because they die, and when they die, they take a lot of durability loss and they lose a lot of their glint. And apparently, people are feeling like it's not fun or fair. My take on this was that why did it? I don't know why it made me. Why the hell did it make me approve that? Um, I feel like tanks die all the time. So, um, Steven did mention on Grappler's video that they fixed the dupe. Yeah, he put that in Discord, I think. Tank also got the highest repair cost due to heavy armor. Yeah, I agree. As a tank should pick better clerics to group up with or learn mechanics. That is the definite non-tank answer. So I have not had a tank say that yet. Can you knock? Ah, sure. Shit, I don't even know how that works, but all right. Go for it. I'll see if I can figure it out. Is that what that's what we signed up for? Yeah, that's what. Oh, this chat is just gonna be destroy me. Um, that's what I felt like. Like, you're a tank. Like, you should be used to dying. But I guess in here, the sort of feedback that I got was that it felt much more punishing in Ashes of Creation because of the penalties that are associated with it. So not just repair costs, but glint experience debt. Um, and that I guess this is looking for somehow that to be fixed. How does the knock thing work, Warrior? I've not used that before. I mean, you can try it. I don't know. I'm not logged into the Theory Forge account though, so I don't know if I need to do that real quick. Let me figure that out. Um, the thing is, there's very spiky damage. Yeah, muscles. That's something that I actually brought up as well. And as someone had mentioned, the learn to play your role, because I definitely have had times where I wasn't logged into the account. You can try it again, or where I'm healing a tank, and the tank very clearly is getting critted for like half their health, and they're like, "Hey, I can pull 3 of these. Let me go get them." It's like, no, 50% times 3 means you're dead. Like, I don't know what you're trying to do here. Oh, how do I get this shit through? I don't even know if this is gonna work. Um, hmm, I have to figure out the audio. I can hear you, but I don't know if anybody else can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me?
Oh, there you go. I think they can hear you. Can you hear him?
Does chat hear me? Chat, blink twice if you hear me.
Yeah, they can hear you. I think it's kind of turned down pretty low. Let me try to figure out how the fuck I can fix that. Does it sound low? Yeah, he's a little low. Let me might have to remember to turn this shit back down. We'll start watching Nice and everybody will freak out. All right, that should be better. Yeah, they can hear you. So what do you think?
Okay.
What do you think about being a tank and dying?
I don't. So it's kind of funny that like I was reading this as you were trying to get me on right here, and I don't really feel any of this. I don't. Um, I think this very much sums it up into like a skill issue. I never feel like I'm the one that dies from a party mistake. Um, but I do choose very good healers. And I've really taken the time to kind of like dig in and learn how to play my tank. And I very rarely feel like I'm the one suffering because of other people's mistakes. Usually if I die, it's because I did something wrong and I didn't handle like my mitigation the right way. Um, so I don't really feel this at all. And I've been telling my own stream like these things. Like everyone asks me, it's like, is playing tank hard? Is playing tank hard? And I'm like, no, it's really not. It requires this like the same amount of effort that learning how to be a really good healer is, or learning how to be a really good DPS is. It's just the other end of the trifecta. So I don't feel this at all. And like the glint thing, I don't know about you guys, but I have so much glint in my bank. I don't know what to do with it. It's just there. I have never wanted for money in this game, and we've barely done any caravans. So I disagree with this guy's entire tank. I think he is probably an unskilled tank, and he might be playing with some unskilled players. That's my take.
That is the first I've heard say that actually, because I mentioned this in Planendorf was offering to take some of your glint, by the way. I mentioned in the chat about this and Voices of Era that wasn't this sort of expected? You're going to die. Like I
Yeah.
don't understand, and I was the only one that felt that way. So all the other tanks were like, no, 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 it's too punishing, it's too hard.
I don't see.
Um,
I don't really feel that at all. But like maybe that's because I am like a main tank. Like I tank in every game that I play, and I'm just constantly getting my ass kicked. So maybe it's just second nature to me. I mean, you guys, a majority of the people here have, you've watched hours of my streams too, and like, does it ever? I don't think I ever feel like I'm struggling. Like, of course we have wipes. Every group has wipes, but it's usually because of other people, like we get trained on and stuff, from other parties and stuff. It's not usually, from us. Like I answer a lot of questions about, people ask me about, like, how much should I be active blocking, and when should I dodge roll and all this other stuff. And I can tell by the questions that, like, there's people that haven't really tried to grasp the concept of tanking in Ashes yet, because it is different. It's a completely different animal than, say, tanking in World of Warcraft or ESO. Like, it's completely different. So I'm thinking that people just aren't understanding it and they're making mistakes.
yeah, that's I think that's a good point of view. And I agree. I think I've noticed even just with like weapon skills that people don't even seem to really fully grasp weapon skills, kind of how to spec their weapons and use them in a good way.
Yeah, no,
Um,
that's exactly right too. There's so many questions, and I really do my best to try to help people get in the right path. Like, I don't know about like you guys or maybe even these other tanks, but like I went full defensive in my weapon tree. Anything that applies to defense, like, you can get 20% critical hit evasion from your weapon skill. How many people are taking the critical hit evasion? Like, I've got a 20% chance to not be critically hit as much, if versus the tank who didn't take that. When you pull 3 or 4 mobs, like, that adds up really, really fast. So I don't know.
there were several people in chat who were saying the opposite. I don't see anyone reacting in chat though. Um, well, the other thing I said was, I'm kind of there as a healer. Like, if the tank dies, I'm probably dying. And like I have just as I mean, there's been times that I can't even pay my repair bill because I don't have any glint anymore.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't maybe I mean, maybe that just attributes to my success, because I have so much glint, and maybe we're just not wiping that much. I don't know. Sounds like Theory Forge. You just gotta come hang out with Roar a little bit more.
Yes, yes. Dump your tanks, come to Vira, pay Roar, be your main tank. That's
I'll
the
do it.
lesson here.
I
Um,
got you guys.
well, that's good. Good to hear your side of things. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
not a
gonna
tank,
I'm I'm
so
I'm gonna I'm gonna make another guide. I did my guide kind of going over all the abilities and stuff. I really there's a lot of tank guides going out from people who are like level 15 and shit, and I honestly really, really hate it. Um, like, you shouldn't be telling anybody how to play anything if you haven't fully played it yourself. That's just kind of the way
that's
I
true.
look at it. So I won't be making like a full-fledged like guide until I get to 25 and I've really experienced, like, I've tanked Firebrand and Tumok, and I have a full set of Carfing gear, and like I'm at the peak that I can be for phase one. I'm not going to make a guide until that happens, but it'll be out, and I hope I can really shed some light on some things, because I am doing things that I do not see other tanks doing. So I hope it'll help, but look forward to that in the near future. But I'm gonna go.
All right, cool.
That's my input. I don't think this. I think this post is kind of just bad player,
Appreciate you.
but that's me. All right,
Everyone,
bye
this
guys.
I am Royer. I'm sure everyone knows him on Twitch, on YouTube's, and an awesome tank. So thank you. Let's see if I can figure out how to close this shit down. Leave stream together. Oh, there we go. Does that get rid of the? Oh, it does. Okay. Figuring this shit out live. That's great. I wish we had a cleric vid. So do I. I wish I wish I had a cleric vid to watch too. Um, wow, all the folks who all I'm gonna scroll back up in chat because several tanks were saying no. You know, where was that? Uh, where did it go? Oh, maybe. Yeah. You know, again, my viewpoint from this is like as a cleric, and my thought is like I'm gonna die just as much as a tank will. The feedback I got on that is, well, you're not a very good cleric. You should be running away. Um, so I'm like, well, wait a minute. Like, is that what is that how you want your cleric to be? Like, they dip out on you like right away? Holy shit! What was that? Oh, wow. Did you all hear that? That was loud. Is that from the hydrate? What did I do to make that happen? Oh, you know what? It's Twitch. Did you hear that? Did y'all hear that? Um, you heard nothing? Oh, well, good. Okay, yeah, it's not in the sources. That about scared the shit out of me though. Um, you know, I've accepted as a cleric. Do clerics Penumbra? Do clerics have mobility to run away? Um, I mean, just the same as everyone else. Basically, there's you know, I think most clerics are going to be ranged, so you do have that. But you know, you have some skills like what is it, Wings of Salvation, right? That you have to jump. You know, you basically get pulled to your tank, and the idea is to use your the I'm forgetting the name of it, the healing spell that's in melee range. So I mean, there's some up close stuff. Um, but you know, I also feel like as a cleric, if the tank goes down, you know, especially with battle reses, now you're sort of having to also process rapidly. You know, if I'm in a group with Royer and he goes down, like, okay, if my DPS, the people surrounding me are not too low, can I top them off real quick and then battle res the tank? Um, you know, that's not something that you're going to find right in most games. But that certainly is a possibility here. So that also starts to enter into your mind as a cleric, which probably can more times than not get you killed rather because you didn't take off. Um, FSU Nate, what's up? Thank you for the first message. Is Ashes planning to allow players to turn off PvP completely yet? No. Nope, they sure are not. I don't think they ever will. Um, so, well, I don't know. Uh, you know, there was a time I've been bringing this up too, which a lot of people disagree with. Hey, Cole Cox, thank you for the prime. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Everything we get in subs, primes, gifts, bits, ads, all that gets turned back into keys for you all. Well, not keys, but money to buy a key. Um, I don't know if Planendorf can talk to some people, but we would love to be able to give keys away. Again, I think that's probably more Margaret's division, but yeah, we don't have the actual ability to give you keys yet. So we do pay for money, but I appreciate the prime. You know, the PvP question, this is kind of breaking from my little cleric talk and how it relates to this tank post, but I will say, you know, 1 or 2 years ago, well, 2020, um, like when did 2021, I think, was when a lot of that changed with open seas and stuff. The thing that pissed off Diggs, and you know, really since then it has been a constant. You know, it was known that you have three places that you're safe: um, your house, in your freehold. So not actually the freehold, but you have to be physically in your house. I think it was player stalls, and then in rooms, and that everywhere else was open to PvP. And that's sort of what the you know that's what the message was for 2 years, something like that. At least in my viewpoint. I don't know. Maybe people will disagree with that, but That's kind of how we understood, or I understood PvP to be. And we are now starting to see a little bit of the PvP free corridors, the level 5 level 5 being able to turn it off up to level 5, guards attacking anyone flag for PvP. What else did they do? Mounts cause you to get corruption if you kill them. Looting bodies also starts you flags you for PvP. Corruption, corruption as well, has been really overtuned. So we are seeing this sort of, not everything is PvP, which I didn't know. 2 years ago I wouldn't have thought existed. That's not me saying that we're going to get PvE servers. I don't think that will happen. Although I think some people have some pretty good arguments for how it could work. I don't think that will ever happen. So that being said, Nate, I do not believe we will probably ever get to a point of being able to turn PvP off completely. What'd you say? So many people looking for a PvE game, but everything being released right now is PvP. Failure after failure. What else is being released now that's PvP? That's like a legit question. Um, Throne and Liberty, yeah, but they have a fair amount of PvE, right? I guess the end game's guild stuff, but I mean, when you look at all of these, like what Arcade is going PvP or PvE. Once Human. I mean, I played Once Human. Wasn't that I didn't do anything PvP. Yeah, pay to win. So not much. Well, if you have money, I guess there's something to there's point to PvP in there. Flex your wallet a little bit. Um, I don't know. I feel like central to Ash's sort of approach, like it's pretty unique in that, well, used to be there was PvP everywhere. That's changed a little bit now. Because most of the games that sort of uh, were the spiritual, what Ashes was sort of built off of, are getting away from the pure PvP stuff, which is interesting. A lot of the Eastern stuff that used to be PvP are really getting towards PvE type stuff. So, anyways, back to this cleric conversation. So, yeah, and I think someone commented, where was this? Grux. I'm surprised they give res so early to the cleric. I'm not, because it's a fucking hard game, right? Um, Now, hopefully, the res gets some other benefits to things, EXP debt and whatnot. But, um, once you get level 8, 7, 8, 9, like, I mean, I don't know, death becomes real. So, but it does, it adds in. So, what I was saying before, it adds in some very interesting thoughts about, should I try to res the tank or not? And a lot of times that split second decision does end up might be my death. And so what I've started doing is sort of going into these fights with um, a decision of like, all right, this group makeup that I'm fighting with, is this party one that I would res the tank, right? Is it worth trying to battle res, basically, with the group that I have? What's up, Snow Elf? I saw you streaming. I didn't get a chance to watch you though. I hit 21 and EXP debt is real. Yeah, it starts to get pretty bad. Um, so anyways, the battle res thing is always an interesting decision. And I think most of the time, if I'm the only cleric in the group, I'm probably not going to try it. If it's a pug, probably not going to try it. Um, if it's a group of people I know and we're not in too difficult of an area, or things are kind of being managed, it's a group I'm used to. I've got people mostly topped off that are going to be able to watch out for themselves for 3 seconds. Then I'll probably battle res. Um, But outside of that, I think once the tank goes down, people start to freak out, and so it's kind of a waste of my time to try to do a battle res. So I don't know, but I die just as much as tanks. I think at this point, I think Sunday was probably the least I've died, which was 3 or 4 times. So having a bard can help the battle res decision. Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you got some extra heals going on, the shielding, their shield, the bard shield is really fucking awesome. I like that. Um, when you have people sort of multiple people going down, and you're not sure you're going to get to everyone, and then all of a sudden you see that wonderful, wonderful, wonderful bard shield pop up. It's great. So, um, love having a bard. Again, my ideal group at this point is another cleric, a bard, a ranger, and then a really badass tank, and then the rest I don't really give a shit. So, but I have to have a bard, and I really want to have another cleric, and I really want to have a ranger. That's my group. I've been holding aggro as a fighter. If the tank dies and in heavy armor, in the healing stance, the bard can usually keep alive long enough for the cleric to res the tank. Yeah, I mean, again, but you know what you're doing, right? So it sounds like Tomic, you know what you're doing. I've had some groups where that's questionable. So I have fun. I mean, I'm not like toxic or anything. It's fun. Well, I don't think I am. I always try to forewarn group people when I'm streaming that if I call you a motherfucker on it's nothing personal. I love you. That's just my stream of thoughts as I'm healing. Um, so I don't know. I think people have come to appreciate that. If you want to hear and watch what a cleric thinks when they're trying to heal you, just come watch me because I don't have a filter. Everything comes straight through my mouth into the mic, uh, often littered with 4-letter words, depending on how it's going. Mage has some fantastic DPS and AOE. Prefer to have mage in our group. Yeah, I mean, you can fill out mage fighter. The ranger I typically is what I'm going to put the blessed weapon on. So, but that could be put on other people as well. So, but it looks like this discussion from the last day seems to be settled. Um, that some tanks that I've talked to feel like this is a real thing, and as you just heard from Royer, that maybe they just need to get a little bit um, better at what they're doing. So maybe I do as a healer too. I don't know. I'll send you a message this weekend. We usually have room in groups, but oh yeah. I forgot you're in black. You're in the um, Lore Forge group. Yeah. I'm level 19. Got to level 19 because Steven leveled me up, which was nice after he killed me. So if you can use a level 19, I don't mind having some EXP drop if I'm with some people that are higher. It's fine. As long as I have something to do. I spent the first hour and a half of Sunday morning with just soloing because I couldn't find a group, which is the first time that's happened. So even with me starting at 5:30 a.m., like usually I can still find a group of to play with, and I could not Sunday. So I don't know if that's people dropping off or what. Um, but yeah, send me. Planendorf, me holding back my inner toxicity as a bard is, hey guys, I noticed you're running low on mana. Are y'all ready, refreshing follow through? Which really translate to you. Yeah, there you go. You don't have to use stars. We have open conversation here. So uh, I'm going to try to read this actually. I don't know if I'm going to get this right. Which really translates to you, is it you fucks? I'm more than a fucking mana battery. You I'm going to still say fuck. You fuck. I'm fucking wasting all my fucking time giving you fucking mana, motherfucker. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. That's a lot of I mean that sounds pretty much like my language. So, um my safe word is bespoke. That's hilarious. Speaking of Loreforge, though, I don't know if anybody saw, they just posted today really kind of unique approach to a video, like their radio on YouTube. That's pretty cool actually to listen to. So definitely go check them out. Do tanks pay extra to be punished? I mean, yeah, as everyone's saying, rule number one, get good. Um, that's what everyone's saying here. So that is not the conversation I had this morning. I will say that. Everybody that I was talking to was very upset that I was um, not in I was not agreeing that tanks should have some sort of easement to their suffering. So bananas for suckers, is that why are you gonna yeah, I don't yeah. Uh our tanks don't have that problem. Maybe we just have good tanks and healers. Exactly. There you go. Fucking spot on. That's what I thought. There's a lot of F's. Yep. I should probably turn on the like what is it the Twitch thing that says you're for adult audiences, but oh well, fuck it. I think they like to say fuck. I certainly do as a cleric. Pretty sure my favorite word's motherfucker. But anyways, bad healers is a nightmare, especially if you tell them the correct way to heal and they just ignore you. And do you tell them the correct way to heal? Like, what's the correct way to heal? I want to know now. I want to know if I've been fucking up or not. Oh, I was about to say, Plandorf. When are we going to get a friends list? I thought Steven said we were getting friends lists at some point. Like, I just absolutely need that. Um, so I can start healing, adding people, seeing who's online, all of that. I don't know. As a mage, I've not really run out of mana except after I die. Yeah, that's a good time to run out of mana. Embrace the suffering. I mean, if you're going to be a tank, like you're going to die. I don't know. I feel like as a healer, I'm going to die. I know that. Um, I mean, I just, it's one of two things, right? It's either the tank dies, which could be my fault, or it could be that they grabbed. Again, the perfect example is the person that you just critted, got crit half their life down, because there was a lot of spiky damage, and you heal them, and they say, "Oh, I'm going to grab two more of those." It's like, well, then you're going to be automatically killed, and there's nothing I can do about it. So, the other way I often will die is just ads that aggro me because I'm healing. So, um, got to have friends to put on a friends list. Well, I'm sure you do. Although you guys didn't you have to disband your guild? Is that how you got around the guild war bug? Grab a. You're. Am I wrong? I mean, you're with Chaos, right? I thought he said friends list was one of the last things on their mind. I'm pretty sure there was. I have to go back into Discord and look. I thought that was commented on somewhere. Maybe I'm wrong. I could very well be wrong. I don't know. Yes, we left the guild to stop the guild war. Yeah. Hopefully that gets fixed here soon. After this weekend, my opinion is tanks are supports, bards, or DPS. Very well could be. It could also be bards not interrupting abilities going off, like golem beams, etc. Yeah, that's true. The other thing that's true. I mean, there's a lot to this. Um, you certainly have the zombie things that spit. Oh, what's the shit they spit at you that's green? That gives you that debuff that you can't heal. Um, that one too. That's one that yeah, toxic. Yeah, that's one that definitely has to be cleansed, which I discovered this weekend. Um, putrid vomit. Yeah, that's um got my level 19 skill point, and for group play, anyways, it's going into that because that was a bitch to heal through and try to not die. So I think you can cleanse the debuff, right? Bard having the AoE cleanse. Yeah, so bards can do it too. Um, yeah, purify atomic as puts there should be able to clear it. As long as they're out of the pool. Yeah, that's true. Anything sort of poison, toxic, whatever that gets it's the shamans that also throw something like that. Like it's so punishing if you half a second in that shit and your health's like dropping down. Blocking with your shield does barely anything, reduces like 1% incoming damage, it feels like. Yeah, Tripper Killer, that's been another conversation. Actually, there was a long Twitter thread that I kind of started on accident between Jamie Chaos and Royer. I think one of the conversations was whether blocking actually helps. So there definitely seems to be mixed opinions on whether shield active blocking actually is worth it or not. So, what about the zombie itself? Can you cast it on the zombie? I don't know. I would like to purify them. That would be an easy way to get rid of them. I hated those zombies. We were sitting there in Carfin, and that was I hated that shit. When somebody accidentally pulled a zombie, that's definitely when I was using a lot of four-letter words. You know, motherfucker, what are you doing? Why are you fucking running back there? That sort of stuff. Um, Shield is like 10%, I think, for blocking, times 2 when you're using reflect. Yeah, the vomit seems to hit hard at first. Yeah, any of that. Those pools right away, you need to get the hell out of them quickly. Grab a butt. I do think active blocking needs to be looked at. You should be rewarded for timing the block. Yeah. Low level mage feels powerful when it's helping to kill things in 2 to 3 hits. I still haven't really gotten into the mage. All I've really played is the cleric. I've been having fun playing the cleric. I found some good soloing stuff with the cleric as well. So, um, it's been fun. All right. What else was there? I was going to put up here. This was another Reddit post that gets a lot of upvotes. I feel like this is something that we've periodically heard discussed frequently of this concern. A lot of these sort of long-term followers of Ashes of Creation who really have been here for PvP seem to have these posts come out every once in a while about, you know, don't give in, don't let these new people come and take away our PvP. So I don't know. How does everyone feel about open world PvP? Like, have you been partaking in it much? I know there's been a lot of guild wars. I will say this weekend, the first 3 weeks that we did this, Vira very much felt like a PvE server. Like nobody was really wanting to have conflicts with each other, and you know, there was some PKing and stuff. But this last weekend was like totally different. This last weekend, there's wars everywhere, um, and a lot of ganking, at least on Vira. I think everybody hates Elite Zenkai at this point. Um, Amnesty, I think, was hanging out with them a little bit, but from what I understand, has as people are kind of cool with again. So this weekend was very different when it came to fighting. Very different. Um, what am I missing here? Cosmo Wraith. Want to know something funny regarding using AI? Had the same plan by any chance? Did you read that university paper? I'm so lost. What did I apologize. Am I missing a conversation here? I love PvP, but only when I opt into it. Well, that's not real great here. So are you one that likes to just let people get corruption, Snow Elf? That's so it's so hard right now. Corruption is so painful. I think it's fine. Ruffled 97. Twisted Kodiak, love it. Just don't grief people. Zombies, it's fine. I usually roll in a group. Rocksack, no issues with it so far. The past weekend did pop off for sure. Magnificent, to be fair. Every other game has caved into the PvE crowd. PvPers are just worried that they will ruin this game like they have every other one. I don't know that that's ruined other games. Are you talking about New World? New World always gets sort of this idea that PvEers destroyed it. PvP isn't even how people are griefing. People are pulling trains and wiping groups for grind spots. Yep, they can't do other shit. You get corrupted, you immediately die. Did a guild war. It was even it was fun, even though they were mostly all low level and under geared. Yeah, I'm looking for those videos. I really am. Although I have to say, someone said that Chaos got a little wrecked. I don't know if that's true. Byra has been cooking with PvP. Overlords been hosting a few events. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are starting to do some PvP stuff, which is fun too. PvP events. Um, actually, I forget, where did this go? I can mention it. I saw another one was going to be like, I can't remember if it's the 13th. It's coming up. Ah, shit. I'll just have to find it. I'm not sure where it went. Oh, Crix is going to be doing International Challengers Cup, December. It's a 1v1 tournament. Now, this says December 14th at 12 p.m. Pacific time. I'm not sure if it's the 14th or the 13th, but there's going to be one coming up from there too. I'm just not sure what paper we're talking about. AI. I don't know. I could talk about AI, but are you talking about the you sent the link? Yeah, no offense, but I don't really click links that I don't know people. But I'll look. I'll see about. I would actually rather you just give me the name of the paper and I can go PubMed it myself or Google Scholar. I play in Byra. I think there's an agreement to leave lobbies alone. I guess depending on who you ask. I mean, I was killed a couple of times by Elite Zenkai. We definitely got rolled. Didn't have the numbers, and what we did have were low. Oh, so you were the ones with low levels. Okay, gotcha. So here's my thing though. This is what I've been sort of talking about. It feels like a mess right now. Open world PvP. Flip in it. Thank you for your first message. Oh shit, where did it go? My chat just went all fucked up. I feel like I'm always going to mispronounce your name. Is it Mion or Mion? How do you say it's the first four letters? Koi. I just might start calling you Koi. All right. I will look that title up later. So I'm very familiar with looking up stuff. In my profession, that is something I have to do regularly. So, but anyways, here's what I'm thinking. And corruption feels like super overdone. Now, some people, Wesley Brown, hello to you back. I appreciate you joining. Some people have said that it's purposely overtuned right now, but at the same time, I'm going to write this down. My o Nikoi. Myoni. All right, I'm just going to call you Mayo. Um, um, do you all think that corruption's like specifically overtuned? I don't know if Planador's still in chat. If he could even comment to this or not. A lot of folks have been saying that it got really kind of ramped up, especially with having um, um, Asman playing. I have a question: weapon, item, and other type of customization. Okay, I guess what's the question? It'll be interesting. There's Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, don't subvert the validity of feedback. It just I hope it is overtuned because right now it's at a point where it's so punishing that it's sort of like, why have open world PvP? Because corruption feels so overdone that um like you're really not gonna people just aren't gonna want to do it. Now, that being said, we did on Vira at least have Elite Zenkai that were corrupted basically all weekend and seemed to have no problem with that. Or was that last weekend? I don't remember, but they killed me. multiple times corrupted. Seemed to have no problem doing it. Of course, I was level 18 at the time. I think they were 25s and probably geared, but I just hope it's not so overdone that because I just don't get it why, um, if we're gonna go to such lengths as to make it so punishing that we just completely lock out anyone ever wanting to go corrupted. I just don't know why you have a bounty hunter system. I don't know why you have open world PvP. Like at that point, you might as well just turn off open world PvP. If corruption is going to be so difficult. Yeah, a lot of people saying Steven said it's overtuned for early alpha. Although Kodiak says, I think corruption is fine, but when you want to have mutual PvP for fun, the EXP debt is the killer. Yeah, there's some things I think that they're trying to fix with the EXP parts too. Like Guild Wars. I think that was Guild Wars. Was there also something with caravans as well? I think so. You aren't supposed to lose gear at corruption level 1. It's definitely overtuned for this phase. Yeah, we had a guy, actually it was fighting your group, Grabba. We had 2 8-man, Genesis had 2 8-man groups, and we were trying to just basically find a grind spot, and there were 3 Chaos members. And they wanted to try to push the Chaos folks out so they could have the spot. And long story short, 3 Chaos members pretty much beat 16 Genesis members, and it was all because of corruption. So, they didn't flag. So like 3 of our people got corruption and were like instantly killed by your guild members. Actually, I think that one of the main tanks lost his main sword, and it was downhill from there. Like it was this constant cat and mouse game of corruption and easy deaths and looting, and yeah, it was interesting for sure. But I got bored of that really fast. Um, it's like we kept beating our head against the wall and not learning whatsoever. What plans are there for weapon crafting and customization? For example, will there be a way for me to be a smith crafter and be viable as a playstyle? Yeah, I mean crafting's very basic right now, but yeah, there's going to be a lot of customization. Um, it's pretty in depth. You're only going to be able to grant so you'll only be able to really get up 2 skills to be kind of maxed out. Um, so you're going to have to rely on a lot of other people. And the other thing with crafting is you're going to have items from a lot of different other specialties. So I would say for people who really want to do crafting, you're most likely going to want to be a part of a guild. So you're going to need guild members that can funnel you stuff. Otherwise, it's going to take forever to become a high level crafter. But yeah, they will be sought after for sure. You also have to get the recipes to drop. So I just think if you have any thoughts of processing or, well, maybe not processing, but at least crafting, you're going to want to be in a guild. So Wesley Brown, I have a question. My wife and I have been wanting to play AOC. How might we join your giveaway? Wesley, it's only on Twitch, unfortunately. So um, you have to come over here. I don't know that I see it actually. I don't know if it's been posting. Maybe it has. If you just do oh, there you go. Yeah, giveaway. It's only on Twitch. YouTube's just kind of a pain in the butt to work with for giveaways, so I don't basically. So you just have to come over here, log in to Stream Elements, and then just watch. That's about it. And we do Friday, Saturday, Sunday keys. So not during the week, but later on. No, guildmate chose to defend, and a guy chose to attack. Guildmate got corruption for killing him still. Yeah, caravan stuff. Yep. I mean, all that needs to be fixed. I'm sure it will be, but right now it's not about that. It's about server structures, server and client stability. Why is this? All right, it's making me allow some really weird words. I think it's confused the bot. Basically, open world PvP allows for some scenarios, and where even if you don't look up for PvP, you might end up in PvP and kind of accept a PvP or not really. Yeah, I mean, it's a different experience, especially when you're grinding, right? I'm used to grinding. I grew up with EverQuest and stuff like that, sitting in a group and polling to it. But definitely have to sort of, because of open world PvP, you do have to be mindful of everyone around you because people will try to come and steal your spot. That is for sure. Um, as someone from Amnesty and in favor of open world PvP, I think the direction they're going is great. The current methods are a stand-in for future mechanics. For example, we have been war decked on several guilds, along with Zenkai the entire weekend. Yeah, facing most of the server, even taking on Genesis to compete for various spots. Yeah, yeah, Swift Fate. I'm curious. Were you guys aligned with Zenkai this weekend, or are you aligned with them? I'm not like completely up in that area, but when I got killed by Zenkai, there were a lot of Amnesty folks kind of hanging out watching. Fighting over optimal spot for XP is the best part of PvP. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be your most common reason for it too, right? People are just going to want to come take your grind spot because grind spots do matter, like gear drops, all of that. There certainly are much better places in the world than others. Mio thinks that having the ability to attack people who are trying to take resource nodes, you're harvesting is a great option. I want the ability to tell you with my wand to fuck off, or I fry your body and let the gremlins feed on your corpse. Yeah, I mean that's where I think most people are going to see all of this happen. Um, you're really just going to want that grind spot. You're going to want those resources. Other than that, I don't think you'll see a lot of open world PvP. Um, well, I guess there have been some. There's been some fighting over some of the bosses. I think, pretty sure. I've gotten a couple of messages on Discord, like from the guild. If you can log in right now, we're competing with such a so and so a guild for various different bosses. I'm fine with small safe zones and nodes, but I'm all in on Ashes specifically for the immersion that comes from constant danger. PvP system adds a realness and inequality to Ashes. I can go to WoW for safe, curated content. Thank you for your message, Waka. Waka, is it Laka? Yeah, Laka. Waka Laka. I don't know about constant danger. I'm not one that wants to have constant danger. Um, but I think it is good to have that in the world. Waka Fluka. Lovecraft's Catboy. Hello. I'm getting y'all got some interesting names. I want to know. Uh, I want to know more about it. I want to know your origin story. Um, I think I saw what guild. So I'm in Genesis. I'm a casual player though. I'm not a well. I wouldn't say casual. I mean, I guess I stream 5, 6, 7 hours a day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But I'm not like pushing sweaty stuff trying to get 25 and get all the things in phase 1. So the poet Lovecraft had a oh, gotcha. So yeah, I think everyone can agree, and I think Stephen will not listen to people about removing open world PvP. I do think it would be interesting. It would be an interesting experiment to have sort of a PvE rule server, but the problem with that is I think you'd have to do a lot of changes that just would take too much time away from everything else. I did think you could figure out a way to make it work, but it would take too much time. Also, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of examples in the past. A no corruption server would be fun. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, or free for all server too. I think you could do a lot with different server rules. I will say I'm pretty sure it was Ultima Online when they introduced a PvE server. The server, the original server that had PvP pretty much died because everyone went to the PvE server. I'm pretty sure. So that is one reason why I'm pretty sure they'll never open a PvE server, because then all of their other servers will probably start to steadily decline in population numbers. So Amnesty and Genesis have an agreement to fight over spots. Yeah. Zenkai, I think, accidentally decked on you guys, thinking you were KOS to us as well. Yeah, I'm not sure either. All I know is that I kept getting messages about Zenkai people killing crafters, and I got killed a couple of times too. One for just crossing a bridge, man. Come on. Where's my Steven to come ban him? Like, there was no political stuff there. I was just trying to walk across the bridge and I got one shotted. Um did you pay the toll? They didn't ask for a toll. They just killed me. They didn't give me a chance. I wouldn't have paid it, but I didn't have anything to pay anyways. All our original conversation about dying as a cleric, most of I finish most days without any glint. So maybe that's just, maybe I'm a bad healer. I guess maybe I can look at myself at this point and just say you're a bad healer. Um, I don't know. I will say pugs is where I tend to die. The folks that I know well tends to go pretty good. So got to die 3 times on that bridge first. Nah, I just went. I just no, thank you. Yeah, literally bridge trolls. Yes, they were standing on the sides of the bridge and killing people as they walk through. So much EXP debt this weekend from war. How much did you get? The most I've heard anyone so far is 500K. I'm curious how much higher people have gone with their EXP debt. 400K. Yeah, it's gonna take a while to work off, man. Adding a red system for player killers that creates bounties, causing killers to drop all items and deaths, certain level of karma. Yeah, I mean that's where they're going. Bounty systems, all of that. Scott's 1-7. Thank you for your first message. Was spot healing for a lower level guild group. XP grinding. Highest member of the group was 9. Group of 14s rolled into grief them. Looted a corpse as I was reviving him. He and another went to talk to the other group. Other group flagged and killed them. Yep, sounds like it. I walked into their group and wiped them. Open world PvP is a thing. It's a choice. Corruption is a choice. You choose to kill those unflagged characters. You earn that term temp nerf. Yes, that is definitely playing by those rules. Although something I discovered, and I don't know if this is intentional, Planador, so I don't know if I should bug this, is because this was this weekend, so the looting of corpses flagging you should have been in, right? I'm pretty sure it was in. Um, I had a group member. I don't think he knew I was behind him. This was right before Steven spawned that event on us. We had wiped and we were coming back, and one of my own group members, I don't remember who he was or what guild he was in. I could go look at the video, but just bent over, looted my body as I was there. Like I was 5 steps behind him, looted my body, walked on up to the next one that also was not his, and looted it. And he didn't flag, so I don't know. That's because we were group members. Um, I assume it's because we were group members. So I did not flag it as a bug for that reason, but I noticed that, and that was kind of annoying. I really wanted to kick him out of the group. We got into some good fights with Genesis down at Desert, finding some of the grind spots. Yeah, there's some pretty sweet grind spots down there. I think TTK is too low, though a geared out level of 25 should be one-shotting lobies. Guilty was at 900K. Damn, that's a lot. Oh, you had a guy at 1.3 million. Instant level 4 corrupt. Well, who the hell was he killing? I mean, what? What did you do? What did they do to get to level 4? We had a guy at level 3, and he was dropping like 3 to 5 pieces of gear at a time per death. Blame the never-ending guild war. Yeah. Yeah, death is no joke. I mean, the EXP debt. Um, for me, the worst part is the material loss, by far. Yeah, we were in a party, um, Planendorf. So again, I didn't bug it, so I don't know if I should. But he looted all of our bodies, and just like it was no big deal. It's like, all right, man, you can have my glint. That's fine. Fuck you. Fuck you. I ain't gonna heal you now, but go right for it. Oops, you died. um, Greased up guy 99. Thank you for the tier 1. I appreciate you. Appreciate you a lot. Um, yeah, why you would heal? Why would you would loot your healer's body? I don't know. I really don't think he knew I was right behind him. War kills increase blight, which impacts how corruption you gain on a white kill. So that's a bug then, right? Right now, because you shouldn't be gaining blight during a declared war, right? Isn't that correct? Like, if you have a war declaration, then it should just be free kill on site as long as they're in the other guild, right? You're a healer too. They never learn, do they? Never piss off the healer. Yeah, although if they watch my streams, that I'm probably pissing them off just as much. So, to be fair, if you ever have me as your healer, don't please do not take it personal if you turn on my stream and I'm just sitting there just free flowing into motherfucker. What the hell are you doing? What the fuck's wrong with you? You're polling wrong. You don't know what you're doing. I'm just it's a thought pattern. It's nothing personal. A lot of these PvP systems boil down to being learned, exploited by experienced players. Meanwhile, the noobs don't understand it, can't deal with consequences. So basically, noobs get owned even more than if it had been a free for all. It's your experience from Mortal Online 2. How much have you played Mortal Online 2? I think it's okay if you plan on giving your party member his stuff back to prevent it from getting it or despawning. Yeah, grab it. That's why I didn't bug it. I just kind of assumed that might be why they were able to do that. Um, Here, I know if you're in guild, you can loot the bodies and not get flagged. So it must be a guild party sort of thing. We were not in the same guild, but we were in the party together. So got 500 hours in. Holy shit. So then, were you one of those that had learned to the systems to exploit, or were you with the noobs? So did you learn this by experience? I expect you to lose materials and run all the way back, but to be held back from XP, you're already getting held back material loss. Yeah, I mean um it's a real death. It's a real death. Although I do think ashes needs to stay around longer than they do. In EQ corpse lasts 3 hours. Yeah. Long corpse runs will need longer lasting ashes. Very true. Very true. Thank you for hanging out with us. Mayo. I'm going to say Mayo. I think I wrote it down. I'm pretty sure that's how you said that the first time. Um, all right. What else for this Tuesday? I think we're all just really jonesing for some ashes of creation. Again, I did not go into the PV or the PTR server. I just feel like I start burning out if I do too much of the PTR and having to restart over and over again. Is it Friday yet? Not yet. What do we got? What day is it today? Damn, Tuesday. So we got 3 days. We'll get there. We'll get there. This was another post I saw that I thought it was kind of funny. Help us help you by providing game statistics. I don't know why anyone thinks we would get these numbers. um, I feel like numbers are not something we're going to get from Intrepid. So it was an interesting post to read nonetheless. But um, I mean, these are some interesting, some curiosities, right? Um, the archetype spread for characters based on percentage. I mean, it's something I would like to know, but I don't think we'll ever get these sorts of numbers. Average level of the different crafting and gathering skills. Heat map of areas based on travel. Yeah, that one I don't think they would give us because of war, caravans and stuff. Who's run a caravan? I was told that it takes an hour and a half. Gosh, where were they running from? New Ayla to, was it the desert maybe? But somebody, they said they didn't really know the path, but it took them an hour and a half. Thought, damn, that is a long ass caravan. 2 hours from desert to tropics. I mean, who's gonna? Yeah, that's definitely not going to be your casual player, right? 2 hours. Most people are gonna have like an hour. That is a long time. 15 gold that you can then dupe to 30. Is that right? No, I'm just kidding. Um, I do need. It looks like I need to start doing some caravans. Yeah, 15 gold made in one trip. Is the game available to play right now? Bitter Tide, thank you for your first message and welcome in. No, well, not today. No, it will be open on Friday. So we are currently in a phase, what's called phase one. So the game is available Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and occasionally Monday. So you can buy in right now, but we do not have access till Friday. So come December 20th, that will change to 5 days a week. And sometime May 2025, they're expecting us to go to 24/7. So if you're okay with only having 3 days a week, that will be the next 4 weeks. I believe. I think we have 4 weeks until December 20th, but somewhere in there. Yeah, 2 hour caravan. I don't think I could do that. I don't know. That would be mind numbing to me, I think, unless we were fighting other people. I've attacked and taken a couple, not worth it. I've defended quite a few. Even less worth it. Yeah, Scott Stone 7. Yeah, that's a good point. Like, how many people have actually decided to try to defend, and did you find it helpful? Because that was a big conversation when we first got caravans. I don't remember when it was when they did the development live stream. The sort of one of the big conversations was whether it's going to be worth it to defend caravans. Um, Meaning people who just randomly come up to a caravan event. You're obviously going to hopefully have friends that are running the caravan with you that will defend. But if I'm just walking through Highwayman Hills and I see a caravan spawn, um, the idea was there's not a lot of incentive for me to defend them. And so I'm curious how everyone's experience has been with that. So Nick Newton, morning from the UK. Well, good. Well, I should say good night from the US. I think what time is it here? Shit. 10:03. So getting late for me. You need to take your caravan to the zone for max profit. Yeah. I've heard there's some pretty good places you can go through the mountains as well to get like down to the desert to turn in your caravans. I think it was Courier that showed me a little trick about doing that. I'm trying to max Plantor says I'm trying to max animal husbandry. Got to start running caravans this weekend. I'm so broke. Yeah, I literally could not pay my repair bill over the weekend. I actually got I posted um I don't know, there was one of posted videos. It might have just been the live stream. I actually had a comment on YouTube saying um like why is your gear broken? It's like cuz I couldn't fucking pay to repair it. Sorry. Apparently I'm not doing well making money. So we actually had to spend time grinding a little bit of glint just to be able to repair everything. Uh Got it. Thanks. Just check the website. 110 Canadian for EA is not my cup of tea. Yeah, I mean, it's not cheap. It's, that's a significant amount of money. Um, if that combined with if you're not someone that really wants to be a part of a buggy experience where things break and servers go down and we're going to have wipes and you only get 3 days a week, yeah, then I would definitely say wait. I would say wait till phase 3. I think, in my opinion, for all intents and purposes, Alpha 2 actually, in my opinion, starts phase 3. So I would just wait. I would wait and come back, see what it's like. And I will say, I do think it's actually a good deal because I think everyone expects we're going to be in Alpha 2 for quite a while. So I do think when you start looking at sort of a per month cost sort of thing for entertainment, it's actually a really good deal because you also get a month of subscription time. You get Embers, you get beta access. So I do think it's a good deal, but it is not cheap. Our raft turned into a flying carpet. I saw that video. Who posted that? Was it Richie? Someone, I think Richie posted a video of yeah, of their um no, but it was a raft, I think, that was like floating in the air or something. That was weird. Or maybe it was Royer. I don't remember who. No one is attacking caravans. Well, that's a problem. Do they have too much health? The fights defending caravans were a blast at first, not so much once the guild stopped attacking in groups. Yeah. I would help people of the world, so yeah, but you don't get anything out of it. Guessing defenders can just keep respawning and protect the caravan. But how much EXP data are you going to get? That's the only thing. Goblins outside of Ursine Caves are good for Glint, so kind of sell early on. Yeah, I got a good place that I run to for that. It's well, I mean, I've told everyone it's north of Carfin. There's actually a really good solo grind spot that you can go to, and they're like level 18, 19. We got an ad. Yep, 1 minute 42. What should we do for a minute 42 and while we wait on everyone else to come back? Prime is on cooldown. Well, I appreciate you thinking about it. So, um, but yeah, Carfin has north of Carfin's a really nice place. We dance. We can play. Nobody's played any of these. We can do this. This one always this makes me laugh. Where'd it go? Oh, I added some. I've tried. I really have tried to become a better streamer. So I've been adding a lot of stuff. Um, like I did finally add an icon to the I'm fat uh reward.
Look how fat I am. Holy shit. Ugh.
That makes me laugh every freaking time.
Look how fat I am. Holy shit. Ugh.
Every time. That just makes me laugh so goddamn much. So there's more to it actually on that whole video. He starts talking about somebody getting him Karen, get him donuts or something, but I didn't want all of the redeems to be narc, so I stopped with 2. Because where's the other one? Oh yeah, it's the teabagging one. I don't have an icon for this yet though.
And now Steven's teabagging me as well.
So flying carpet rafts are hilarious, also hurt me on a deep emotional level. I've noticed that Planendorf also there's some rivers that appear to have like invisible flowing water. Scottstone, thank you for the tier 1. I appreciate you. Appreciate you a lot for the tier 1 sub. But there's some areas that clearly don't have water, but all of a sudden your character starts swimming, and you get the sounds of water. It's hilarious to watch. I was on a wolf mount, and these sort of wolf swimming animation was fucking hilarious when they weren't actually in the water. So a little bit of things there to work on. What am I missing here? Where the server central? Yeah, all the U.S. servers are central located. I feel like I missed a lot of shit. All right, we're back from ads, I think. There's some spots in the open world with no water around and you start drowning. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I've seen a couple of those kind of northwest. I like how water seems to flow away from the waterfalls. Yeah, the water thing is super weird. I haven't had time to investigate. Oh yeah, there are for me, it's been in the same spot every time. Um, every time. I don't think I have a map. Southwest of Halcyon has some needed water work. You know what? I think that's the area I was at. Don Warden, I'm pretty sure. Um, pretty sure. Yeah, bridge leading to Halcyon. Yeah. That whole Halcyon area for sure. There's a couple of spots, and it's super. I mean, it's easy to repeat. Like anytime you just constantly you start floating. So I think that's actually the only area though that I've had a big problem with was around Halcyon. I can't think of any other places where that's happened. But there's water nearby. It just seems like I don't know, it's expecting there to be um, water that's not present. So, all right. I wanted to go to this too. Let me try to. Oh shit, I didn't go to the beginning. Where's the first post? This was actually a post from Lineker, leader of Guild Ovid Nordum. Nova Ordum. Damn, I just completely. It starts to get late, and I've started to have blue moon, and my words start to not mix very well. So sometimes that's a sign that it's getting close time to go to bed, I think. Anyways, this was one of the things where I like Lineker, but I really wanted to respond to this saying I didn't realize that PvP was a part of phase one. Um, because that's my immediate thought to this. So again, there's a lot of stuff going around with PvP. The big thing being guild war declarations are persistent. They don't go away to a point where multiple guilds now have actually disbanded. Um, as just a way to not be kill on sight for other guilds. And so this was a post, of course, on Resonance All Out War. Yeah, well, this is yeah, Lineker and and Envious definitely are All Out War. Um, he is always posting about Envious. I don't know what they did to him to hurt him so deeply. But this is just a lot of posts talking about all of the different tricks and sort of ways around the PvP system right now and how it's not fun. But again, I sort of read this and I think, yeah, these are decent points. He's talking about people using Alt 4 to drop out. I guess that he's saying Envious supposedly is, will kind of quickly um, form a guild to sort of target a group, and then they'll disband the guild really fast. But I don't know why you would get so upset about PvP at this stage. This is all we do on Resno War. Him and NDA and the AOC Discord are always at it. Yeah. Yeah, I know DA. DA, I like both of them. I've actually been on shows with, but we've had Lineker on our show, and I was actually on the discussion rounds with DA and some of the other folks from Envious. So, yeah, I like them both personally. It is fun to watch them go at it though. Um, but I don't know. I see this and I think because this has been a fairly common topic of discussion, but it's like, well, it's we're gonna wipe here on December 20th. Like the point of this is not to do PvP, not to like tweak PvP and make it work right now. I can see their frustration, but I don't know how hard would it be to do these things. I think these are decent Lineker always offers I think, very good feedback, very thoughtful feedback. Twisted Kodiak, I appreciate you. Thank you for the tier 1 sub. Appreciate you. Do not let people drop guilds while a guild war is active. 36-hour cooldown when dropping guilds. I actually do like that idea. When you disconnect or Alt F4, your character stays in game. That all makes sense. I don't know how easy that would be to do, or if they would want to do the resources for that right now or not. Thogly declared on Red Blaze, and they eventually disbanded. Red Blaze did? Yeah, I'm definitely seeing a lot more people running around guildless, for sure. Timeouts between leaving a guild and joining another are planned as far as we know. It's just alpha thing right now. Exactly, Scottson. That's sort of my thought when I read a lot of these posts. It's like, well, I get it. You like to PvP and you're frustrated, but this is just really not the point right now. Thing I don't get about war decks and games is if I'm a PvP tryhard guild, then what's stopping me from just war decking literally every guild? Exactly. Yeah, why not? Although I think part of his post here is that was what he's saying is like Envious is completely disbanded, and they're only sort of rejoining when they want to declare war on someone else real quickly so that they can like wipe them, and then they drop guild. Which is why I think the 36-hour cooldown comes in on this point. So, hey, good feedback, but I think a lot of people have agreed with him on this. As you read through this, now a lot of these people are actually, I think, a part of his guild, Nova Ortem, but so they are, of course, going to back their guild leader. Hydrate. I'm about out of Blue Moon. I don't know how many more hydrates I have. But thank you, Lady Valet. I like that name, Lady Valet. People might end up using specific characters to do war, then have their other characters that is ungilded. Yeah, I assume that. Yeah, PK alts too will be a thing for sure. The character that you don't really care too much about. Hopefully, some of that gets curbed with just the amount of time it takes to level up. But all right, there were 2 more things I was going to try to do for tonight. Oh, weird. What's going on here?
What is up, YouTube?
Oh,
So,
spy alts as well. Yeah, for sure. So this was one that Grappler is another content creator. I think we've rated him a couple of times on Twitch, but this was a good sort of summation of what's been going on. And this was the other thing I sort of wanted to talk about a little bit tonight. You have a lot of people that are starting to ask for a wipe now because of all the dupes that have been going on. Again, we're supposed to wipe on December 20th. So I don't know why everyone's upset about so many duping things happening, but this is starting to become more pronounced in a conversation. I'll say is this sort of request. Actually, I need to turn this, I think, back down. Well, yeah, because I turned it up for Royer. But anyways, Grappler, I think, does a very good job at sort of explaining sort of the duping issue that's going around. So, do wars end somehow? Not right now. They're supposed to. They're supposed to, but they don't right now. So that's why people are dropping guilds because when you declare war on someone, they can just kill you endlessly, like you're in war, and so there's just no way. People reach what is it, 100 points or whatever it is, and it doesn't stop. So the biggest issue with the war is supposed to have an end. Yeah. No one wanted to waste a weekend testing PvP for sure. Yeah, it's just not the right time to do that. What's up, Kid Lear? Thank you for joining us. Literally 1984 endless war propaganda. But this was a big, not much. We're just hanging out, just chatting. We've talked about tanks. Well, I can just show you the posts. There's a lot going around about tanks and whether or not they're should be disgruntled because they die in Ashes of Creation more than other people. I think at least on our stream, the general thought was that they shouldn't. They this is just not a good post. Maybe learn your class a little bit better, run with a better healer. This is generally what everyone has said. Open world PvP, we talked about a little bit. Of course, as we're adding more people in that have not been following Ashes of Creation for as long as some of us have, are not necessarily liking the idea of open world PvP. Don't know why they're playing the game then, but nonetheless, I think somewhat expectedly, you're having people come in and talk about removing open world PvP. So we talked a little bit about that and corruption. Touched on this post a little bit just because there are some interesting questions, some game statistics. I would love to see these as well, but I don't think we get anything like that. Then we just were talking about open world PvP and sort of some of the exploits that's happening with that, or not exploits, but challenges. So that's about it. Tanks die a lot, but they are also priority for XP farming most of the time, so they will always get a spot to make up for that debt. Exactly. That's a perfect way to think about it. Right now, tanks are so like the hardest thing to find, especially good tanks. People are asking for a wipe because if they did not participate in the dupe, they now have 0% chance to compete in a PvP environment. I mean, I get that, but it's we're gonna have plenty of time to test PvP. Yeah, I heard they die a lot. Yeah, tanks certainly do. All right, I want to play this real quick just so you can see kind of the duping that's been going on. That I think Steven has said it's been fixed.
So we have a little bit of bad news about the current state of the servers in Ashes for Phase 1, and this is more of a warning video of what to watch out for the next few days, especially next week when you get to playing. I don't know if this is going to be fixed or not fast enough, and it's going to affect every server. For those who are not aware, there is currently a major duping bug in the game. And this bug is not only able to dupe gold, but also any crafting material. So you might notice this.
I think he's going to actually demonstrate the dupe. I'm pretty sure.
This happening in your server sooner or later. People will have infinite gold.
Maybe not.
People will have a lot of legendary weapons. And the reason this bug is so exploitable is because basically there's an easy to replicate bug where you double the amount of materials you have in your materials inventory. So let's say you have one piece of glint, you can turn that to 2, that to 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 1, you can just keep doubling down. If you have one legendary piece of wood, you can turn that to 2.
Yeah, I've seen some inventories with like, I don't know, a dozen legendary bows. It's like, all right, that was clearly sort of duped to get all this stuff. So you can give me one, right? You can give up one because you can just go and make 12 more. So just give me one of these magical bows and we'll call it even. We don't have to wipe. Just give me something. My guild has one good tank. We have people dedicated to reroll as tanks after we wipe. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you need multiple good tanks. Tanks are just hard to find. Better to find dupes now and not with launch. Exactly. A new world suffered a massive decline. 100%, yeah. Well, theirs was also just so, it wasn't like a client authoritative thing. It's so many things went wrong with New World.
2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 120, 56, 1000. It just goes infinitely on and on. So you can sell that glint for gold. You can get 1,000,000 gold if you want. I think there's a cap though in gold right now. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's 200, maybe it's, I have no idea. But the fact remains that right now, gold is going to be worthless. So keep that in mind. And there will be very high-end weapons in the economy. What should you be most careful of? Well, if somebody's asking to buy something from you for gold, probably don't sell it because gold has no value anymore. If somebody sees that you dropped the blue shield, oh, buying blue shield, 200 gold. It's not worth it. Keep your shield. So again, keep that in mind. I'm sure you're going to figure this out sooner or later, but for those who are not aware, this is something to remember. Also, one thing to keep in mind is if you are doing PvP, be careful because people will be hitting really hard. Now, Duping armor is harder than duping weapons because of the recipes not probably being as common of a drop.
Yeah, dupe once, maybe a second time to be able to report. But if you have a full bag full of legendary bows in your backpack, yeah. I mean, I've seen screens of it, so that's happening. I don't know, like should we? This is always that interesting conversation, right? It's phase 1 of Alpha 2. It's meant to test servers. It's not going to be persistent. Like we know the date it's going to get wiped. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a super strong opinion about like banning people right now. If you know, just because we know that, but you know, I do think the people that continue to do it, most likely, if they have an opportunity during launch, will still do it. You know, if they have things that aren't fixed. But so I don't know if you just keep them on a list, maybe like, all right, these are 100 of the sort of high priority people that clearly abuse this over and over again. That's something we'll never know. You know, their Intrepid's never going to comment on anything they do or don't do with accounts. So that would only be something that we'd ever find out from the person themselves if they ever got banned. So, Bush Doctor, thank you for your first message. I hope the dupers are flagged and go on a suspicious activity list. That's what I just said. Yeah, my guess is yes. People that are like the most abundant in using this most likely will get watched. I don't think anybody's going to get banned at this point, which I don't necessarily disagree with. I don't know if that makes me a bad person. I'm not I'm not duping, don't worry. Like I said, I actually Saturday I did not have enough gold to repair myself. So, and I have mostly common like really shit gear. So, someone showed Narc a full storage of legendary drop. Oh yeah, so that was the item dupe then for sure. I've seen a video of how it's done. But I guess it makes sense not to post it. Even though we've been told it's fixed. Be thankful they found it. It's an alpha. Yeah. Of course, the question is how many more out there that they haven't reported. I don't feel they can or will take action at this time because they had requested people to do it. That's true. They did actually go on Discord and ask us to try to figure it all out for them. That's a good point.
So people might still be as squishy as they are now, but people will hit like a truck. So again, watch out. Do keep in mind, guys, there is a wipe coming in December 20th. So regardless of the dupe, things should be back to normal in phase 2. And there is no way they don't have the bug fixed by then. So now, of course, it is alpha, phase 1. I'm sure you're going to fix this bug soon. I hope they do. I don't know if they're able to spot who did the duping and remove those items from the game. But if they're not able to do it, or if they're not willing to do it for this phase, then yeah, we're not in a really good spot. So just wanted to let you guys know. Hope it helps you make the right decisions next weekend when you're playing, and I will see you all next time.
I don't know about that. What do you say? We're not in a really good spot. Was that oh yeah. This is what we thought. Yeah. Bugs has been found and destroyed. Plays 5 more. Yeah, this was in the patch notes, I think, from PTR today. Well, they didn't mention it specifically. So, but it makes me wonder how many more are out there. Makes me wonder how many more. But the whole thing about if they're not going to do anything about it, then we're not in a good spot. I don't know that I agree with that. I mean, again, it's phase 1. Like we know it's going to crack. We know it's going to get wiped. When will they release the beta though? Well, we don't know. I don't think you see beta for 2-3 years. So I don't think even they have a good idea of when that is. Agreed, too early for most bans over bugs. That being said, if someone is intentionally exploiting a bug to grief, then they should be excluded from the alpha. And that's a good thought too, just to maybe be part of the alpha. But not willing to do it. He's a bit of a doomer over minor alpha shit. Yeah, again, I don't know. It's it's not live. It's not, we're not persistent. I don't know. It's like I'm not worried that I have shit gear and other people have great gear. Like it is what it is. I'm still having fun. Firex, what's up? Thank you for the first message. What's your favorite class so far? I only cleric at this point. I only cleric. So cleric. That's me. If you need a heal, come over to Vira. I'll heal you. Just beware. I tend to use a lot of 4-letter words on stream. Apologies ahead of time. I had someone that was Father. Oh, what was his name? Father something. I was like, I feel bad. I don't know if you're actually a priest, but sorry, Father. I've sinned. Best class, cleric class. Yes. Who gives a damn? We're literally here to find that shit. Exactly, Warrior. That's my point too. It's like all these people asking for wipes, or all these people that are sort of upset that they're not going to remove people or remove items. It's like it's not the time for that. Like we're literally not testing any of that. Like why would you even want them to waste the time and energy on that? They got people that are still trying to do dynamic gridding and fix all these other things and actually fix the bugs. Like seems like a waste of energy to do all that. I don't know. Just my humble opinion. I paid way more than that long before most people that are complaining now even had heard of Ashes. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Backer number 3. Backer number 3. Kickstarter. When you charge people $120, then you should expect people to treat it as released. What did I miss here? What was that in response to? It's so dramatic. People need to stop testing the alpha as a full release game. Even during phase 3, there are going to be bugs and dupes discovered that may force a wipe. Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's true. I agree with that. I actually, Blood Mask, kind of agree too with you a little bit. $120 is a lot of money. So now you hope that everyone that pays $120 knows what they bought. Like you hope they know what they bought. If they spent $120 and don't understand what they're getting for that, like that's a them problem. That's not an Intrepid problem. You should have known that you're getting an alpha and sort of what comes with that. So that's why I always get with people that bitch about Kickstarters. It's like, well, you're the one. Like, do you not know what Kickstarter is? Like, why did you give them money? You're not investing. Like, you're speculating on something that might happen. So I don't know, but I do think there is a tendency for people, especially when they spend a lot of money, to get very, very judgy. But people are just judgy anyways. So, not only that, but you're paying for the benefits during full release. You gain the monthly subscription equivalent to what you spent. Yeah, I have my lifetime sub though, so I'm good. And yeah, I'll brag about that a little bit. Nobody's charging people $120. You choose to give them $124 for an alpha. That's Hammer Chief. Thank you, number one, for your message and hanging out with us. Yes, I agree there. You are definitely choosing for the to give them money. Like they're very upfront about this. So and I can tell you a lot of the content creators, myself included, have been trying to be very, very clear that this is a buggy mess of shit. Like it just is. Sorry, Planendorf, if you're here. I'm not actually calling the game shit, but it's a buggy mess. And again, I think if someone's going to get upset about that, that's a them problem, not an Intrepid problem. So, it's their problem. Has always been stated. This is an alpha access to test bugs, not a completed game. Exactly. Most content creators have advised people not to pay as much as they have for years. Yep. Especially back when it was $400. How mad can I be when I watch Royer raft gracefully down the main street of Winstead? Yeah, that was a good video. That was good. I have one. I did not post it. I should make it a short. God, this was 2 weekends ago. We were wrapping up for the day. We had just given away a key. Was about to log out. Where had we've been running around Citadel, and Firebrand was like bugged out, popping in and out of existence just outside, and like kind of spawned on my ass, and so I ran away and thought I was fine. Like I was a ways away, and all of a sudden he blasts this fire out, and I'm behind a rock, but somehow it goes through the rock and just kills me. He ended up killing me twice in like a matter of like 2 minutes. It was actually kind of funny. So maybe that's why I have such high repair bills. But you know, to me that's fun. I'm not going to get frustrated by that. It is what it is. It's a fun part of this shit. So because you won't you know, once the game's released, the other side of that is you're not going to get to see this really crazy funny ass shit because it'll all be fixed. Like this is the time to get this stuff where like 2 years from now you can look at it and be like, yeah, that was crazy. That was fun. To be honest, I was expecting a lot less to be in the game while still being an alpha. So as the game is now, it feels great to play even in its current state. Yeah, I mean, combat's what saves it. I think combat. There's two things I think right now that have kept opinion so high. Because I do think opinion has remained high for the most part, and I think they've had really a really good 4 weekends. I think all of these weekends have gone very well, even with the admin issues, even with the DDoSing as well. I think they've had 4 really good weekends. Number one reason for that is combat, in my opinion. A combat is very well done right now. So, you know, I think that is what keeps people interested is the fact that it's fun to play from a combat perspective. The other is I think having just 3 days a week has also been very beneficial to them. So, rather than players burning out, you have us sitting here in a chat just randomly talking about the game while we're waiting for Friday to get here. So, I think those two things have really kept positive feelings going for the game. So, I Kickstarter backed it like 8 years ago, but it's only for beta access. A little disappointed in the access upgrade costs, but I'm going to spend it anyways. Yeah, I feel like we did the math on this, and I feel like definitely when they added so when they added all that shit to the key packages, um, the embers, the monthly sub, the beta access, like I feel like beta player people that bought the beta got screwed. I thought that they were gonna just be nice and be like, hey, all you folks that have bought beta, you know, beta access 7 years ago, we're just gonna upgrade you to Alpha 2. But that didn't happen. So, um, yeah, I feel bad for the people that had bought in at the beta level. So, most alphas will have less content. In fact, there's more in the alpha than New World launched with. Well, yeah, New World was a problem. They needed to bake for 2 more years. You know, when you make the decision to go from survival PvP to a traditional PvE MMORPG, like you need time. You need time to make shit, and they did not have. They just didn't have it. So, um, not at all. I actually think if you took New World as it is now, um, you know, all the shit that they've added, swimming finally, horses, all this stuff. I think if you took it as it is now and you released it, it would have done a whole lot better. Well, not now as in the whole, what do they even call it now? Action something or other, single player bullshit. Like before they made the decision to go to consoles, like after they had done their first patch and everything, or their first expansion, I think that it would have been a much better received game, but they just didn't give it enough time. 3 days a week was such a good strategy. Yeah, I agree, especially for right now when you have so many server issues. New World was the best dead on arrival MMO I ever played. Sunk 500 hours in a few weeks at launch and never went back. Yeah. What got me was crafting with New World. I don't know, it sucked. Harvesting was fun. You know, it pulled me in because they kept the developers kept saying like, "Oh, well, there's endless crafting, like it's endless." You know, endless crafting. Well, it's because everything was fucking random. Like you had no control over what the outcome was going to be. It's like, say, yeah, everything was gonna be fucking random because you 90% of the time wasted your shit. I don't know. Chop trees outside the town and kill passerbys were flagged. PvP, flagged for PvP. Yeah, I thought about going back and just flagging myself to see what where I could get with it. If people would try to kill me or not. It's funny and sad that a lot of people don't see the deal that $120 actually is. It's literally 8 months of WoW subs to join a wild ride that will be the development of Ashes. That's guaranteed to be 2 more years at the very least. Imagine 4 years for $120. Yeah, it's a really good deal. It is. It is still a lot of money for a lot of people, but it's you know, if you don't mind putting up with the testing part, it's a good deal. PvP zone does look kind of active, but it's solo only, which is kind of dirt because people just team anyway. Yeah. Well, let's see, y'all. What time is it? I do have to work in the morning. 10:40, so probably getting close to wrapping up time for me. I was gonna actually take a look at Nice's an honest review of Ashes of Creation.
And now Steven's teabagging me as well.
It cracks me up. Again, the joy that Narc has at the fact that Steven is teabagging him just makes me so happy. He sounds like a kid on Christmas morning, and it's just great. So
I don't know what the fuck a node is. I have no fucking idea.
That one too. No idea what a node is. No fucking idea. You know, as hilarious as that was, that does, I think, speak very well to the new player experience. So, again, not really the time for it. It's not what they're working on right now. But in hindsight, I feel like, you know, if you're having 100,000 people come join you brand new, maybe there could have been a little bit better of a tutorial kind of thing, but it is what it is. So, it's forever Christmas for Narc. Yeah. Narc went from being really sad to happy. Yeah, that was predictable. Very predictable. So you always got to go with the role of the crowd, right? That's how you make money. It's good to have a clip that's 30-second report card on your first user experience. Yeah. Yeah. Again, Plandorf, yeah, it was hilarious to watch, but I think it does speak a little bit to sort of what frustration some people were having. So they should do a little more explained trailer or series of video for alpha, like New World did during release. Yeah. Narc called me out on his stream, so thankful for that soundbite. What did he call you out for? I was in his guild at one point. He kicked me out. So that's my Narc story. I've raided with the man. He's actually he is a extremely good raid leader. So, you know, for all the stupid shit he does and all the bullshit he says, he knows his games. He knows, you know, he knows what he's talking about. So, my favorite, and I hope he watches me someday because I will just spam this one.
Look how fat I am. Holy shit. Ugh.
And it's so much better because he's not got his beard, and that will forever be on this channel. He probably bans half the raid by the time he's done. He really is a good raid leader, you know, for what it is. And I think he's actually, you know, I've not watched him nearly as much as I used to. My impression from what I've heard from people is he's also been a very good mayor. So, you know, again, he knows his shit. He has lived this game for what, 4 years? Soda was definitely playing it up. His character was called Stupid Idiot. Yeah. I also, you know, on a side note, I think Asmund knew exactly what was going to happen too. I think he was playing that up for his stream as well. So, did you play Sunday? Yes, I did. That's when Steven spawned a bunch of shit on us, which was hilarious. Well, at the time, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I had got up to get a break and get some coffee or water or something, and came back, and we're sitting at Carfin. You know, we had been fighting these very specific type of monsters all day, and then all of a sudden there's a fucking spider. Like, where did this motherfucker come from? And then there's 2 scorpions. And even then we wiped, didn't even know, like, and we're running back, and it's sort of dawning on everyone, oh, wait a minute. You know, those are from the desert. Like, somebody clearly spawned those on us. And it was like, yeah, we got GM'd. That was Steven. And so, yeah, then we ran back. Yeah, Grabba, you were there, right? You all were fighting he spawned the giants on you guys. And we ran back. You all were fighting them. And yeah, it was fun. That was, and then because it's funny if you watch it, I actually did post the video. Did the realm vibe feel that day? In what you mean, like from like a pure like mechanical server structure way, or from like just people vibing kind of way? But yeah, he it's funny if you watch it, because I start yelling like you know, I because we really did almost kill that brood mother, and I was like, you know, damn it, Steven, you gotta, you know, give me another chance. You know, we almost had him. You know, I need another chance, and all of a sudden it spawns again. And that's when it was like, all right, you're here, you're watching, you're clearly watching. And I think I said something like, you know, Steven, you coward, get over here. And I was like, oh, I probably shouldn't have called him a coward. And the next thing I know, there's a scarab spawn running up my asshole. So it's fun. It was a lot of fun. You know, and the fact that Steven's doing this, I don't know when he sleeps, because I think he's done this at 2 in the morning. Like, this would have been at 9:30, 10 in the morning. Well, no, his time, it would have been like 7:30 Pacific time. You know, the fact that they're doing this a lot. I actually saw someone that was bitching because they had like a bunch of legendary and rare materials, and a GM spawned like 4 level 50 things, and they died, and they were pissed off. It's like, come on now. It's for fun. All right. You're in an outfit. Your shit was getting wiped anyways. So quit being a little prick. Quit being a little asshole and have some fun. The community people way. This weekend, I will say, was much more war worthy. But I think Sunday felt pretty chill. I think people had kind of grown old of Guild Wars a little bit, so it started to chill out a lot a bit. I didn't get PK'd by Zenkai. That was good. I think Vyra just has a really good community overall. You know, you have all of the sort of smaller middle streamers. The RP folks, I think, went there. You know, we aren't dealing with all of the sweaty PvP shit over in Resna. You know, we don't have the pirates running around. Although I have to say, I would like to see a server that has Thor, Asmund, and Narc all leading 3 different guilds that are trying to fight each other. I think that would be fun to watch. But it felt pretty good. Yeah, I think the community is a very strong community. So I feel like, are you asking for something specific? I feel like I'm not answering that correctly. GMs and WoW used to do that in beta and stuff. Yeah, I hope that continues forever. Opening a ticket in WoW back in the day and ending with a 2-hour RP session with GMs was awesome. Yeah. I need to find out if Steven like already has this shit typed out, or if he's just like doing it off the top of his head, because he put some wild RP shit together. I was waiting for him to spawn more or kill us because Sparrow was taunting him. Yeah, he kept following me around, and then he did kill me, but he also rezzed me and healed me. So it's, I guess, in the end, okay. Pirates are not too bad. Most are even decent. Yeah, I'm not saying that in like a negative way, just purely the volume, the amount. Not that they're like assholes or anything. You said you do giveaways Friday through Sunday. Yes. Yeah. So Saturday tends to be early morning so the EU folks can get in, and then Sunday is usually later. Friday just sort of depends on server ups and my work. So Narkthor and Osmond were in Lenneth for a short time. Yeah, Osmond sort of popped out. He said he's going to play it offline, but I don't know if that's true. Guild Wars were supposed to be something fun to do because it wasn't done yet. No one expected a never-ending kill on site weekend. Yeah, I think people definitely got tired of it after cruising into Sunday. Steven uses AI for sure. Maybe, but he also, I mean, this is all based off of his own Pathfinder campaign, so. I'm asking for something specific, but I don't know how to ask without polluting the data. Sounds like the community interactions weren't stand out different to y'all. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess my first instinct would be to tell you it didn't feel any different. So, you know, as far as around the node areas and stuff, I didn't really notice anything. Sunday felt chiller than Saturday, but again, I think that's because people had grown tired of all of the wars at that point. So. Let's see. All right, y'all. We had a bear invasion in our node on Lenneth, instigated by Thor. It was awesome. You got to get rid of the bears. Steven is AI. He's from the future. Well, okay, guys. I'm out of beer, and it's getting late. So I will probably not be online tomorrow. I think I've been trying to figure out a better schedule for this because I already do Friday, Saturday, Sunday. For a bit, I was doing like 6 days a week, and that got to be too much. So probably Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then it's going to be like Tuesday, Thursday. And so I'll take Monday, Wednesday off. So, yes. Where are you? Oh, I'm in Tennessee. So yeah, Central Time time zone, and good old Tennessee. Well, depending on where you live in Tennessee, anyways. Thursday wouldn't be bad for a PTR update. Yeah, I'm surprised. Yeah, there'll probably be one tomorrow. I mean, they do them every day, basically. Actually, one. Am I misremembering this, Planendorf? I think was it maybe 2 weekends ago? We actually had PTR up even when they brought up, like they had PTR going even after they brought up the regular servers for a little while. So, all right, guys. I don't know who else is streaming. Anyone else streaming Ashes of Creation that we could raid? I like to raid, show some fun, share the fun. As long as it's somebody who's actually present. Does anybody have an opinion on who? All right, looks like, who's see? Dark Mitten. There's a few people. You think we should hit up like the people that just have one? Nobody's answering me. You're all gonna make me choose this, aren't you? If I put up a poll, it's probably not gonna work. Dark Mitten. Rate a hot girl. I've been your hot girl, Bloodmass. If this has not been good enough, there's nothing out there that will be. So sorry. You'll just have to replay me. Plenty of videos out there. You can go back, replay them. Just don't tell me what you do when you watch. All right. It sounds like Dark Mitten then. So we can... Lack of curves. I'm kind of offended at that. I don't know why. All right. Dark Mitten is who we'll go ahead and raid. Holy shit, I'm getting tired. This is going bad places. Going bad places. All right, y'all. So again, I'll be back Thursday. Thursday night, kind of same time, 8:30 p.m. Central. We'll just kind of hang out, see what's going on, and then yeah, Friday I'll probably be starting, I don't know, 10:30, something like that, a little bit early. I don't have any more. Well, I guess there's a tiny bit. So, all right, y'all have a good night, and I'll see you in a couple days. Peace.